Since the 1950s and 1960s, Australians have believed in owning property as the Australian dream. In the 21st century, creating real wealth and financial prosperity through property investment is the future. Welcome to the Great Australian Dream. Hello, my name is Greg Paul. I'm the Business Development Manager with Wealth for Life. And today I want to introduce you to one of our newest show, The Great Australian Dream. Now, you've probably all heard about the Australian Dream, which is to own your own property, right? But we believe that the Great Australian Dream should be to secure your financial future. And one of the best ways to do that is investing in property. So on this show, we're going to be interviewing lots of experts in all different areas of investing in property to give you tips and advice and education so you can build your own property portfolio and secure your financial future. On today's show, I'm welcoming Russell Zayedi. Russell Zayedi is a senior investment advisor with Wealth for Life, and he's helped hundreds of Australians secure their financial future, as well using the strategies that he's used to build his own property portfolio and sort things out for himself as well. So welcome to the show, Russell.
Thank you, Greg. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure to have you here. So on today's show, this is all about finding out more about you and your journey, Russell. So tell us about yourself and your experience.
Look, Greg, it's a very interesting time we are living in, actually, right? So everybody's working very, very hard. People literally, they don't have any time to do anything else other than working and spend time with their family, right? And then, you actually fall into that cycle, right? So every day you wake up, you get ready for work, and you go to work, you come back home, you spend time with your kids, and then every Friday you look for Saturday and Sunday, then you start the same cycle again, right? So basically, I was in the same cycle, just like anybody else, right? So when I started first working in finance industry, then I realized, I'm like, wow, if I keep doing this, if I cannot break this cycle, I cannot change anything in my life. Whatever I have today, I'm going to have the same thing after 5 years, after 10 years, after 15 years, till I retire. Basically, there won't be any change. The only thing might change, my income might go up by, let's say, a few $1,000s per year, but I have to consider the inflation rate, which is the value of money is going down each year. And on top of that, you're having bigger income. Of course, you have to pay a higher amount of tax as well. So you don't get anywhere, you don't save much money. So you literally live by check, pretty much, right? So I wanted to have a different kind of life. I literally didn't see myself that just falling into that cycle and just accept the way everybody accept their life. So therefore, I had to do something that everybody's not doing. This is what it is. Mm-hmm. And my grandfather once told me the best way to become successful in your life, or anything you do, right? Whether you're a student, whether you are you're a CEO or an investment advisor, or anyone, or a gardener. So the best way to stand out is don't do what everybody does. So if you are happy, and everybody's goals is different, right? So everybody, I'm with clients every day, right? So I see hundreds of clients each year. So everybody's goals, everybody's motivation, everybody's aims, exactly the same. They just express themselves in a different way. The need, it all comes down to financial freedom. They all want to live in a house that's been paid off. They want their kids to attend good schools. If possible, they all love to send their kids to private schools. And of course, they want a secure retirement fund. People look for holidays. if possible, you need a break from, this hectic, just working. You're not going anywhere. Work, home, work every day. So you want a break from there, right? So whatever you consider as your perfect life, or whatever wishful thinking you have, whatever you're wishing to achieve, all comes down to one point, which is financial freedom. And how many of us we actually get that? Very less, very less. So if you look at average Australian families, interestingly, there was a survey was done by Bureau of Statistics, and the survey shows if family, if two income earners, husband and wife, if they stop working, they can literally survive 3 weeks, because they have to pay their house off, they got their day-to-day expenses, they got bills to pay off, they got groceries, they got other expenses, related to kids. So they'll go broke after three weeks, right? So
The average Australian.
in average Australians,
That's
right?
scary.
It's very scary. And then when you're retiring, you need roughly around $1.5 million in your retirement fund to generate an income of $60,000 when you're retiring. How many Australians have that fund?
I would say not a lot. And the reality is $60,000 to retire on is not even a lot of money either.
Exactly right, right? So, and also we have, our of course, Centrelink. They're struggling to pay all the retirees at the point, and of course, we had a massive budget deficit, but of course now we are doing a lot better. But you never know, because when you are retiring, when I'm retiring, I'm 45, so if somebody's retiring, say, in 20 years' time, my understanding, Centrelink wouldn't help that family.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit hard to pick what's going to happen in 20 years' time.
Correct. Right, so you need to secure, not only you secure your current day-to-day expenses plus your lifestyle, you need to secure your future as well. Right? And life expectancy has gone up. People used to live up to 85 in average, but now people living longer life because we eat better. We have a better healthcare system now. So literally, you finish working when you are 65 or 67. Of course, the retirement age is eventually is going to be 70 years. But again, you're going to have another 20 years or 25 years to live. How are you going to support yourself, right? So, and of course, a lot of my clients currently, they're helping their kids to buy their first home or buy their first investment. So kids, they get out of uni or they started working, right? Most of them, they got HECS debt. So once they start working till they become, let's say, 32, 35, around that age, up to that age, still they are paying off their HECS debt. They can't even save.
$300,000 in 14 months. $200,000 passive income for the rest of your life when you stop working. $200,000 in capital growth over a 2-year period. These are some of the results that our clients have achieved over the last 12 months. We're going to be running some special events in a town, in a city near you over the coming weeks called An Evening with Wealth for Life. Get in the market right now and take advantage of the ride that's about to take place. Go onto our website or call us on 1300 793 877 and make a time to book in and come to one of these events.
If in today's world, if in today's market, a lot of Australians, they are struggling to buy their first home, how their kids going to buy their first home after 15 years or 20 years, or how much deposit they need, right? So if you don't help your kids, where are they going to stand after 20 years, 25 years? So there are a lot of things you have to think. And the problem is, we don't. Most of us, when I see my clients, right? So some of them are engineers. I see a lot of doctors, nurses, IT specialists, right? And whoever they are, in terms of their jobs or their income, many of them I see, they don't have a plan. They got a lot of wishful thinking. They say, okay, I'm young. I got another 25 years to go or 30 years to go. I'm earning $200,000 a year, right? I'll be fine. They don't have any plan. So they have a mortgage that they're going to pay up in next 25 or 30 years. That's it. It's like, okay, I'm working, I'm going to pay off my mortgage, I'm sending my kids to school, and I'm okay because money is coming. Do you ask yourself, that's what I tell my clients every day, I'm like, do you ask yourself, if you stop working today, how long you're going to survive? And the answers I get, Russell, let me look at my savings, look at my equity, how much money I have generated from buying my property. I bought it for 400, now it's 600. Okay, I got some money there. So they calculate everything. The answer they give me, wow, Russell, I'm very lucky if I can survive 2 months.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So what I realized, Greg, this is the vital point, that we are failing to make the plans. If you make a plan, you never fail. Whether it's financial security, whether it's investment, well, investment property, it's great, but it's a business. You need to have a proper system. You need a proper plan. If you buy and sell, no, you're not going to make money. Right? If you open up a cafe, right? Where are you going to open up your cafe?
Well, you need a plan.
Okay, so you need of course, you need a plan, you need a budget, and of course, you're gonna set your cafe somewhere where there is foot traffic. And also, you have to find out, okay, this is my income, this much I'm spending to run my business, and this is my profit. And if I ever sell my business, let's say in 8 years or 10 years, this is my profit. So you need to have a whole feasibility study to carry on your business. Investment is exactly the same. Yep. So as Wealth for Life, as an investment advisor, as investment planner, this is what I do for my clients. That's why my clients are successful. And personally, look, I'm an investor, right? I'm doing it for many, many years. And me and my wife, we built a decent property portfolio. It didn't happen overnight. A lot of mistakes I have made. Yep. Hundreds of mistakes. I make sure that my clients, they bypass those mistakes with my experience. And of course, I have a whole team over here, including you over here, right? So we make sure that that business plan and the process is running smoothly. So the client, they can not only get an investment property, they can create a property portfolio using their first investment. And of course, how many properties you need? This is another question I've always been asked. Yeah. Okay. There's another thing. Why you need so many properties? Why just 2 or why 20? So this is also part of your plan.
Absolutely.
Right? So when you create any debt, right? So you have definition of debt is basically, that is, you're using somebody else's money. Yep. Right? So you have good debt and bad debt. We try to create a good debt. So not only you're using bank's money to make money over here, we also make sure you're getting a massive tax benefits that gives you positive cash flow from day one, literally, when you're investing. So whereas money is working for you, and that's the only way you can achieve financial freedom, when money is working for you.
Number one, you want to know how to pay off the mortgage on your home in the fastest possible way. How about understanding and learning how you can become debt-free forever? Imagine paying less tax and having more money going into your pay packet every fortnight. What about securing your financial future in your retirement so you never have to worry and stress about money ever again? These are the things that we go through with you in a one-on-one consultation. Some of the results that we've achieved for our clients by sitting down with us one-on-one, we had one couple who created $300,000 in 14 months. We had another gentleman who's gone on to amass a fortune in real estate that's going to pay him $200,000 per annum for the rest of his life when he stops working. These are just some of the things that come out by sitting down with our advisors in a one-on-one consultation. Get your goal planning and you get your financial planning and your goal setting right in 2019. Take advantage of the tremendous opportunities that exist in the Australian property market right now. Call 1300 793877 or visit wealthforlife.com.au and book an appointment in with one of our investment advisors to get your money right in 2019.
So I get from what you're saying, if someone wanted to get started in property investment, the first thing you would say is get a plan.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's like, look, it's a very simple thing. Anything we do in our life, so of course, you have to plan it, and the plan, it also comes with a time frame, right? So of course, when you go to high school, you know, I'm going to graduate from there. The way I'm going, this is the year I'm going to graduate, and this is my plan. I'm going to go to uni, or I'll start working, whatever it is, right? So any assignment we do, it comes with a time frame.
Yep.
Okay, you got a deadline. When you are planning, of course you need to have a plan, and that has to be a calculative decision. You calculate. It's not only plan, okay, I'm going to open up a cafe, so all I need a shop and a good barista and a coffee machine. Yes, that's very, very important. Those are the tools you need. But your plan is how you're going to fund the business. Who else is going to work there?
Yep.
Okay, so who's going to handle cash? Who's going to make coffee? Who's going to make sandwich? What time you're going to open? What time you're going to close? Which days you're going to get the maximum amount of business so that you can put more people in. So you need to have a proper plan, yep. Right? And most of us, we have that little knowledge or little idea about any business. Then we start doing it, then all this problem starts showing up. And then it's like, wow, this is a bad business.
Understand.
So now the business is bad, right? Whereas everyone is making money, it's because you couldn't handle it. You don't have a proper plan. You don't have a feasibility study, which you haven't done. And now you're doing actually quite bad in terms of business, and now you blame the business. No, it's your fault.
Yep.
So we try to bypass that, right? So when you say plan, the plan starts from first find out your current situation, which is what's financial stability you have in your life, how much income you are generating, how much bank will give you to invest with you, with your money. And based on that, we make a proper plan. Okay, so this is the perfect plan for you that I work very, very closely with every single client. And of course, everybody's plan is different. Your plan would be different than your brother, okay, your neighbor, or your definitely your other friends got a different plans, right? So because their income is different, their financial situation is different. So based on your situation, we make sure that we make a plan for you so that you can do whatever you're doing now, the job you have, you can still work full time, still you can have your current lifestyle is not going to put an impact on your lifestyle. In the same time, you can execute your plan and make money. That's the plan, right? So then, of course, we have a process which is once you make the plan, then we source the right property, right tools for the clients, and make sure that tools are working for the clients. And every year we do a proper assessment to make sure that you are progressing in terms of investment. And every year we literally, based on the assessment, we take decision, right? So in average, I can tell you that a client working with me for last, let's say, 6 years, if they have a steady job, if they are doing well, if they're listening to me, of course they are. They're well disciplined and they're working according to the plan. So very, very securely they can build few properties between that time. When I say few, it could be between 2 to 4 or 5 properties based on your situation.
Cool. So I get very, very strongly from you that the most important thing is to having a plan and a correct plan that you follow, right?
Sure.
I also very much understand from what you're saying, it's about having the right people behind you.
100%. I cannot agree more, right? So when you say the right people, they got the experience in this field, and they are investors. And also they got basically enough experience, which is not only good, some bad experience, so that they stop you before you make before you do something wrong, right? So you need a team which actually can help you to get a property portfolio very, very quickly, easily, safely, without having any stress. On the other hand, a team can also harm you, honestly, if you have the wrong people, if you listen, wrong people. And sometime in my life, I realized sometime your biggest, I wouldn't say enemy, but everybody try to advise you. Sometimes you get it from your family, friends, because they haven't done it. This is just an idea, or maybe heard from somebody else. You listen to them and you act accordingly, and sometimes it puts you in a trouble down the line. So all I'm trying to say, always select your team very, very carefully. Okay, very, very wisely. That's my humble advice.
All right. So that all makes sense. So basically have a plan, follow the plan, make sure it's the right plan, have the right team behind you, and then measure that plan and adjust accordingly. I mean, you talked a lot about assessing it regularly and making decisions based on changes and those sort of things. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that sounds like a good strategy. Sounds like a simple approach to investing in property.
Yes, it's simple and difficult in the same time. So you have to be well disciplined, and you need to have a goal. You need to have a purpose why you're doing it. Very, very important. Yep. I know a lot of my clients, just because of their positivity, they really want to get there.
Good.
They come back to me. They actually literally take the initiative. It's like, Russell, I need to get there. Help me. Right? So you need that thing. You need to make that declaration. You need to tell that to yourself, and you have to convince yourself first, right? So and everybody says, like, I don't need much money. Money is not going to make me happy. But trust me, poor people are not happy either. Okay. So, but it's not about money. It's about creating a lot of options for you. And once you have money, you can help a lot of people as well in the same time, right? So it's you're creating assets for yourself, for your family, for your future, and of course, you can help others. You can help others.
Oh, that's a fantastic viewpoint to have. And that's absolutely makes a lot of sense. So thanks for coming on the show, Russell.
Thank you, Greg. My pleasure.
Cool. And thanks for watching. And we look forward to seeing you next week on The Great Australian Dream.